Well, good evening. Happy Thursday evening to all you fine folks out there on the World Wide Web. You have tuned in to Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. It is April the 27th, 2023. And yes, you do not have to adjust your set. You are tuned in to the right station right here at Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. We hope you're looking forward to a great evening this evening. I appreciate you inviting us into your homes tonight. And if you're watching us on the old Facebook, if you don't mind, please hit the like button and hit the share button so that the broadcast will share on your page and everybody will know that you're a fan of Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. Again, it's Thursday night, April the 27th, 2023. Man, this year is going by. It's going to be May 1st on Monday, the 5th month of the year. Done whooped by before you know it. And this month, don't forget, we're celebrating our 3-year anniversary. This is 3 years this month we have been on the air, and praise God they hadn't took us off yet, so we're going to keep on going until Jesus comes or the FCC takes us off the air, one or the other, whichever comes first. But anyway, we're glad you're tuning in to us tonight. We got a show jam-packed and packed jam, and we don't have a clue what we're going to talk about tonight, but I promise you, us and y'all will know what we have talked about when the show is over. We're coming to you live tonight from our studio right here in Enterprise, Georgia. Our studio at 100% Flamingo Boulevard, Georgia, and our studio at turn number 3 at the old Rocket Speedway in Dothan, Alabama. We got satellite communication issues at our studio in Thompsontown, so it is down for repair and maintenance tonight. Hopefully be back up and running next week, but we're glad you're here. We're coming live all across the great United States of America and in foreign countries where it's legal and illegal for us to broadcast. We're coming to you live all 57 states, 5 foreign countries, 4 sunken islands, and coming in loud and clear in the great state of Baker County, Georgia. We appreciate all of our viewers up in Baker County, Georgia. And ladies and gentlemen, for some reason you happen to miss us this week, we will not be on syndicated television next week. We have been preempted, and we will be watching this show. It will be a cage match, 4-on-1. Bill O'Reilly, Glenn Beck, Dan Bongino, and Tucker Carlson as they take on Rupert Murdoch in the cage.
I believe Rupert got them all. He got them all, man.
I believe Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports can suffice not being on network TV to kind of support those endeavors.
Amen.
You're right. Yeah.
Boys, we're live tonight. First time ever. Big screen, 91.24 inches. Costello. We're live at Costello's tonight. Costello's rabbit foots, mojo bags, garlic necklaces, prayer dust, lucky lotto numbers, and all you can eat oxtail and rice in Clio, Alabama.
Well, if being Clio, you sure ate pigtails.
Oh, man.
I didn't realize this. Oxtails are high as a cat's back.
Come on.
Well, yeah.
Well, it's beef. Man, it's a beef product. Come
It'd be
on.
cheaper to do all you can eat pigtails and rice because oxtails and rice. I was telling Floyd, there's a church here in town having a supper tomorrow night. It's just a plated oxtail and rice, $17 a head.
Whoa. For oxtail and rice?
Sure, baby.
Yeah.
Are they going to break out some little white cream eights out of the freezer and throw in there with that?
Let's have something on the side with that. For that.
Yeah.
A special deal or something? What is it? I mean, is it like a
fundraiser
for and orphans, or what is it?
It's a fundraiser for the church. I don't know
for the church fundraiser. Oh, well, that makes it all different.
Exactly what it was for. But I'm like you. If it's just oxtail and rice, $17, that's a little bit pricey.
A little strong, yeah, man. You may
it's all for a good cause. It's all for a good cause.
That's exactly right. Y'all go down there wherever that's at. Go buy you some oxtails and some rice. Enjoy it. Be thankful you got it.
There you go.
Hey guys, we're glad y'all joining us tonight. Got a great 1 hour in store for you. Got a lot of current events going on. Got a lot of pictures to share with you tonight. Had quite a few sent in from our viewers all over, and man, we got them tonight here, boys. We got them from all over. Got them in Boykin, Georgia, Colquitt, Georgia, Arlington, Georgia, Baker County, Georgia, Covenant, Louisiana. Watching us live tonight, man. We got them all over the place here tonight. And
Question. It just
go ahead.
come to mind. The place up there in Cloud that's got all the good things. They got the prayer dust. Is that the same little package that Reverend Pencil Johnson sold with offerings of $50 or more? You get a little. Well, I didn't say sell, but he would give it to parishioners with a tithe of $50 or more.
Yeah, you could get a little old, one of them little old bitty Ziploc bags, like
That's
little old tiny ones for $50. Now
okay.
the
That's
more
what.
we went on, $50 was the starter package right there, $50. And as you increased, Reverend Johnson, now those that got up to the $1,000 range, they get a little one of them little candy bags, like used to put candy in a brown paper bag full of it, enough to dust the whole family.
You dusted
I
them all, yeah. You
I
them
want
all dusted down.
I want you to. I laughed at this last night. I kind of came across it by accident on YouTube, and Marvin get a kick out of this. It goes back to Louis Grizzard, 1992. It was interviewing a guy. Nashville Network was interviewing Louis, and they were talking. He's talking about different things that bothered him and didn't bother him. He said, "What bothered him?" He said, "If I were Jimmy Swaggart and was taking in $40 million a month, I believe that woman that I was with wouldn't be as ugly as a bowling shoe."
She was. I said, yep.
He nailed it on that one.
You nailed him on that one.
Oh
He got
man.
him, buddy.
Lord help.
Grizzard in that whole interview, guys, he was talking about how sensitive everything was getting in 1992. He was talking the gays, the this, the that, and he's talking about you can't make fun of anything in jest anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought about it. I said, what if old Lewis
Mm.
hadn't to drink as much vodka as he did and lived to see 2023? What would he do?
31 years later.
31 years later.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Rodney Dangerfield wouldn't have a chance. He'd
No.
have no jokes. He couldn't nothing.
Think about all those comedians that would been done be canceled.
Oh, all of them would be. You can't tell a joke. You can't make fun of anybody anymore unless you're a white male Christian. Now you can do all that you want to do, but you better not make fun of no other ethnic group or no other gender or no other double gender or triple whatever. You better not do it because they'll get after you if you're making a living doing it.
In 1992, Lewis went on to say he was the most endangered species there was. He was a southern white heterosexual male.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And that was in 1992.
That was in 1992. I thought about you go back and look at where we've come to today.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
one of my favorite stories that he always told was about eating in those fancy restaurants, and in his voice, and he said, and there was always going to be that one waiter who come sashaying across the floor. And his name was always, "Hi, I'm Steve, and I'll be your servant."
And Lewis would say, "Hi, Steve. I'm Lewis, and I'm your customer."
And he said, and they always cook the tomatoes and don't cook the green beans.
Oh, man.
Yeah, he was good. He was good. He could tell it like it was.
My favorite saying he had was, "I don't believe I'd have told that, brother."
That's right. Yeah, they had to know some of y'all don't know the whole story on that one, but most every male Southerner knows the story on that one. the whole story on that one. But some of y'all that in Martha's Vineyard probably don't know the full story on that one.
Yeah. If you're watching this from Martha's Vineyard, you need to YouTube or Google Louis Grizzard, and it won't take you long to figure out he was our kind of people.
He was, no doubt about it. He liked greasy barbecue.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Good guy. Good guy. Good stories. Good stories. Guys, had some pictures sent in this week. Charlie sent this one from old Colonel Joseph Watson, I believe. Didn't you know what you said, Charlie?
Some of his friends, a buddy of his and a buddy girlfriend, caught those over in Mississippi. There was another box of them somewhere, like 60 of those in an hour and like 30 minutes, right ahead of a storm. Same thing with another 30 crappie they had that was right ahead of the storm. You know, that's always a good time to fish. Is you got a frontal boundary coming in. If you get ahead of that boundary about 24 hours, you usually find the fish feeding up just like the other wildlife does. No, something fixing to change, so they're gonna get plenty of victuals in them before it changes.
You know,
I told you.
I never did hear our fishing reverend say that. He never did mention anything about that. That's an interesting twist on it, Charlie. Never did hear our fishing reverend.
Speaking of the fishing reverend,
never have heard Queesa say anything about that.
Let me show you. Let me show you a picture of the fishing deacon. Look right here.
they went to Captain D's in order those. I can tell.
I don't mean nothing.
That didn't come from Ziggy B's, and it didn't come from the lake. That come from.
That don't mean nothing.
No.
When according to what he said, now the
whoa. A fisherman of great stature that the deacon should be, instead of calling me and griping about Alabama folks getting right under him where he can fish out their live well, he should show those fish before they end up on a plate to prove that he.
So
what
are you saying that those fish could be fish that he did not catch?
Well, I didn't see him catch them. Did you, Floyd?
I ain't seen no pictures of that. I ain't seen no evidence.
Now the only thing is this. I mean, I might would consider it otherwise, but with that sweatshirt he's got on, that's just like him holding a Bible right in front of him. So I mean, I can't imagine him telling a lie with a Georgia shirt on.
Oh, go ahead.
Hey, but look at here. This one's the one of the week right here.
Yeah.
Stevie Ray Donnelly, Baker County, Georgia.
That must
do it, Mr. Donnelly, sir. I'll say sir to that. Anybody that can do that. And look at that flathead. My goodness.
5-pound flathead catfish.
He ain't no fishing preacher either, is he?
No, he ain't no fishing preacher. He preaches every day. He don't get in the pulpit. He preaches at his job. He's a testimony to people every day.
Right.
That's for real right there. That's for real. And the fish is about as big as Stevie Ray.
That's what I was just
telling you.
In fact, I remember Stevie Ray when he was about as big as that catfish. Me and his uncle Juan Donnelly, we was buddies back in the day. He's nothing like his Uncle Juan, I'll go ahead and tell you.
Is there stories you could tell on that?
Yeah, but I remember Stevie Ray running around there and over there at Grandma and Granddaddy's house. Man, we had a time. But Stevie Ray is for real. Stevie Ray caught that in Notchaway Creek. For any of y'all that might know where that's at, some of you Baker County-ites up there, y'all know right where it's at.
Don't you cross that on 62?
Yeah, you cross it. Yeah, going east.
20 or 91.
91. Yep, sure do. Yeah, and 200. Go across it at 200 there. Yes, sir.
All right, I showed you Queasel's supper there. Let me show you right here. There's two that sent these in. The bacon, eggs, and hash browns come from none other than Kenneth Spooner as he is traveling in Louisiana. It looks like, if I'm not mistaken, a Waffle House plate. I like that. I'm a connoisseur.
No. Is that yeah, it is a Waffle House plate. Now that I look at that trim around it.
Well, the guy said, what's the redneck guy, the comedian? What's his name? Jeff Foxworthy. He said, you're a redneck if you got a Waffle House credit card. And then look right here, Floyd B. Lloyd. I'm assuming those are Ziggy B. shrimp.
Ziggy B. shrimp, yes, sir.
fried green tomatoes,
Yes, sir.
homemade Floyd B. Lloyd and Nadine special coleslaw
That's
topped
right.
with a pepperoncini.
That's it.
Ooh.
You didn't
And
know I knew that word.
homemade cocktail sauce. Nadine's famous homemade cocktail sauce.
See it right there.
Sonny, we bear down tonight. Now let me tell you something. We bear down on it tonight.
You look,
I tell you,
look at that's some vittles on the screen right there. Now I don't care who you are.
I had
We
some
eat
chickens.
good. For poor folks, we eat pretty good. I'll be honest with you.
I had some chicken salad the other night. One little extra something to it. Eating it on some of them wheat thins and some Ritz crackers, little chicken salad. I put a drop or two of that Uncle Billy's sauce on there.
Come on. Don't hurt nothing, man.
No, just right. Seasoned it just the way it needed to be seasoned.
Yeah,
I'm out. I got that. I opened up my last bottle. I got to make some more. Who is this here, Marvin?
that's a Charles Pickle special right there.
Good God, man, that's a pot full of stuff. Ain't
It
it?
looks
Did
like
Miss Pam fix that?
I imagine she had something to do with it, but I'm sure
Oh,
Charlie P had something to do with it too.
man,
Man,
that's
that
good
just,
eating right there.
you talk about it right there now. That's
What all's he got in there, Marvin? Looked like some peppers, some carrots, onions.
tomatoes.
But yeah, whatever. I don't know what he got. Whatever's in there is good. He got some good looking gravy there with it too.
That's it, man. You
Some
eat a fresh cat head biscuit, you could sop something with that.
man, a piece of good light bread would go good with
Yeah,
that.
that bread would go good with that. So
Mm-hmm.
good. He
Oh,
Charles makes a special hummingbird mix that he mixes up, and then hummingbirds be flying all around. Did y'all see that deal with his hummingbird?
Yeah, I got it. I didn't get to show it last week. I'll show it right now. Here
Show
it
it
is.
right now. Let's talk about.
Listening to Creation and Compound. Listening to
Call one up, Marvin. You got you.
Hold on.
you hit the wrong gear there. You should have
Hit the wrong button.
left up. Yeah.
I didn't put it in drive. I put it in reverse, and I backed over the lawnmower. So hold on.
Listening to Creation and Compound.
That's a terrible sound, right? You know what else is terrible? Folks not hearing.
Let me
All right.
tell you what I did. Here, listen to me. Listen to what I'm trying to tell you. When I copied the video, I didn't take the audio off where I had cut that other commercial.
That ain't no problem.
Audio was behind it. But anyway, you get the general picture. He had tons of hummingbirds.
He had tons of them. He got to make some kind of mixture. I don't know what all he mixes up in it, but them hummingbirds was happy. Whatever he had in
Sugar
that.
water.
Oh, he had some kind of he had some sugar water in there.
Was it Johnny Walker in it?
I'd have been something that's fermented, I believe. Where them hummingbirds are cutting up. I don't have that kind of hummingbirds in mine. Mine's just straight sugar water. But he got them. I'm proud of him. But he needs to market that stuff, whatever that was.
Mm-hmm.
He can
I
sell that.
25 there at one time.
Yeah, maybe he
Good
had
gracious.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let me see what. Oh, Charlie, right here. Tell us about this one while we're doing pictures.
Oh, I just some of the pet cows we got. We don't make pets out of them, but we do try to calm them down. That's my buddy Will, and actually that cow was one that was caught by someone who used to help us out about 3 years ago at the National Peanut Festival calf scramble. Ended up we let our bull do its thing, had a little calf, found they didn't have enough room for the cow and the calf, so we bought the cow and the calf and put it in the Piney Grove herd.
Wow.
Sam did. And she is just as gentle as she can be. You can call her name, she'll come to you. And she expects when we put her with a herd, the herd was kind of reluctant to accept her. So we spent a little extra time giving her a little extra feed, on the ground. When the rest of them would push her away, we'd give her a little feed, and she's just as sweet as she can be. Is on her second calf, has had two beautiful calves, and we proud of her.
Floyd, I was going to mention this to you. I met your new preacher at the Colquitt Methodist Church today.
Yeah.
Nice
I
guy.
hadn't met him yet. They had a social for him last night, ice cream social for him. And we didn't go last night. kind of had about half forgot about it. But I understand at one time, we left our church left the United Methodist denomination and went with the Methodist, just the global Methodist. We got away. They had done outrun us. The United Methodists had. So but this preacher, the United Methodists, they'll send you a preacher that they like, not whether you like him or not. You don't have any determination about that. But we've had some good preachers. I'm not saying anything bad about that. But this guy, the preacher now that we have, it was formerly a Baptist preacher.
Yeah, that's what he told me.
Wait a minute. Let me tell you the rest. You want me to tell the
Uh
rest?
oh.
Go ahead.
You want me to tell it?
Yeah, you tell it.
Anyway, they decided, Baptists decided they didn't want him no more, and nothing he had done, not one thing he had done. And anyway, so he come on, joined on up. Well, I'm looking forward to it. He joined up with us, with the Methodists, to it preaching. Honest with you, I like that. I like that some of that Baptist preaching. Some of it, if you will. I like it.
Say that again now.
Some of it, if you will.
Yeah.
Sound like Dusty Rhodes doing an interview,
Yeah.
if you will, going so.
You will. What do you think about him, Marvin? Nice guy.
Yeah, super nice guy.
Everybody at the church that has met him is real fond of him. They speak highly of him. So
Super
we're
nice
getting ready
guy.
to go, man. We're getting ready to change gears. And a lot of I don't know if any of you people are aware of this, but a lot of the United Methodist churches are in the South, especially in the South, are not United Methodist churches anymore. They left the United Methodist denomination because basically the United Methodist denomination had left us, left them.
Outran y'all.
They outran us. And anyway, you had to make changes. I'm gonna tell you what, honey, the devil's working everywhere. The devil's and he's especially working in churches. He's stirring up all the trouble he can stir up now. Everywhere he can go, he's stirring it up. So
knowing you and some of the fine Methodist parishioners that I know, they have got to outrun y'all for life because y'all won't never catch up with that.
It never should have gotten to that point, but it did.
I know.
And then you had to take things into your own hands. And it's like I was talking about the other night about David and Goliath. We have to love one another, love. Well, no, David didn't love Goliath. David loved his people, and he knew if he didn't do something to Goliath, that his people would be annihilated. So
Exactly.
that's my sermon on that. But anyway, we're getting along pretty good. Getting along good, Marvin. The attendance is up. It's just everybody's upbeat. We're good. We prayed about it and came together and come to a consensus. And I wish everybody well. I wish nobody ain't no hard feeling toward nobody. Live your life and live your life. Do what you got to do, and we'll do what we got to do.
Where did Brother Johnson come in? Pencil come in on that whole little deal.
Pencil, he's been out on that. He don't even he don't even travel in that. He don't even travel in that category at all. No. He's back there like some of them Baptist preachers.
Oh, that's pretty good, right?
I do free will Baptist preachers too. They'll get on you. They'll get on your case every now and then.
A Baptist preacher?
Baptist and a free will Baptist preacher. They'll want to get sideways every now and then, but they have to. When the folks that go to them churches, they have to get sideways with them. They have to stay on top of them. Oh man, can you imagine? When you got all that going on, all that interaction and all that back and forth, and folks are wanting to sing and wanting to take up the offering and being mad if they can't sing solos and can't take up the offering. Can you imagine a preacher having to deal with that? I heard a woman say one time, "Hey, I ain't gonna call no name. I'm not gonna expose you who you are, but she did now anyway. But anyway, there was a certain group of folks left one church and went to another church. And this woman had been going to that church, I reckon, since she was, an adolescent. She had been going there, and her husband is at the church, and her husband was an usher. And this other bunch that left his church and went to the new church went over there, and they had just kind of parachuted in, and started taking up the offering started doing all that. And she said, She said, I'm about tired, tired of going to church. She said, my husband can't even take up the offering no more. Now that's funny. I don't care who you are. That's the real deal. So I ain't calling no names. I know exactly who it is. I can tell you all of them, but I'm not. But it was funny.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Can't even take up the offering no more. Husband. Oh,
You know all
Lord.
the guilty parties. Is that what you said?
Yeah. Yeah, they parachuted in over there. But
Oh,
anyway,
that's pretty
I done
good.
said it. Man, you get in all kind of trouble talking about religion. You get in more trouble talking about religion than you can politics.
Ooh, you talk about it. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
and here we go. We got to pay some bills, baby. Talk about
Talk to me. Go ahead.
Ziggy Bees.
Oh man, I was in there today. Back in there again. She got all that stuff. She got all that. Got catfish. Got everything you see on the screen right there. She had some mullets today too. I didn't see no mullet roe, but she had some little small mullets in there. That deal come through on that. Catfish fillets. I got me some shrimps and some little whole catfish. We're gonna fry them probably about tomorrow night. Friday's fish night. You know that's fish cooking. Steaks, everything, whatever you want. Go in there, see her. She'll fix you up. She'll steam it for you if you want your shrimp or your scallops or whatever steamed for you. She'll fix them up for you. She's got some good oysters that'll go out the door there for you and be good. Don't have to worry about eating them. They're good, fresh, clean oysters. Everything she's got in the store right there, she's proud of it. She goes, gets it fresh, brings it in there, puts it in that case on ice. It's fresh. You can see what you're buying. You ain't got to worry about something that you can't see, you don't know what it is, you know what you're buying. If you don't like that fish right there that they got their hands on, say, no, I don't get that. I want that right there. It'll give you whichever kind of fish you want, however high you want it, that it's right there. You go see Ziggy, go see Miss Ansley Bracewell in there at Ziggy B's Seafood Market, 229-254-7115. Give her a call. Tell her what you want. She'll have it ready for you when you get there.
Charlie, tell them about Outlaws Bussin' Barbecue.
A lot of folks do barbecue a lot of different ways, but until you've tried Outlaws Bustin' Barbecue, you hadn't tried the best. Coming soon to the old Kmart Shopping Center, Bainbridge, Georgia, but you can catch them at various locations, various festivals, and different locations throughout the weekends. Just check them out on their Facebook page. Fall off the bone ribs. They got some great coleslaw, pulled pork, all the great side dishes to go with the barbecue. You'll find them all over the Wiregrass area. They even let them cross the Chattahoochee River coming over here in Alabama every so often.
Yes,
Check
sir.
out the check out their Facebook page, Outlaws Bus and Barbecue. They may be at a location near you, but if it's say in Bainbridge, say it's over there at the big river park over there, wherever you may find a boat basin. Earl May Boat Basin, by the way. I think I got that right.
Yep.
It's worth a 50-minute drive from even Dothan over there. Wherever you are, it's worth you going to see them where they are at Outlaws Bus and Barbecue on the road every weekend and coming soon, a permanent location at the old Kmart Shopping Center in Bainbridge, Georgia. You won't find no better barbecue anywhere.
Guys, our friends over at Phillips Auto Parts and the Holstered 9, Highway 27, Colquitt, Georgia. Go see Johnny and Key Coffey. They have a complete line of any kind of auto parts needs that you might have. They got cleaning supplies for automobiles. They got small hardware. They've got any auto part or can get any auto part that you need. They also are the distributor of the Floyd B. Lloyd Rabbit Pellet Grill and Rabbit Pellets. And from what I understand from Queasel, that is one of the best cooking grills on the market. And so I want if you have one of them and you need pellets, go by and see them. You can get them right there on 27 in Colquitt. But guys, something else, and it's about to open. I've seen the inside of it, and it is beautiful. All that old wood in there. It's going to be a beautiful establishment, but it's going to be the Holstered 9 guns, ammunition, and repair. They're going to do gunsmithing in there. They're going to have all kind of ammo, all kinds of guns. I promise you, you won't be sad that you went there. That's Phillips Auto Parts and the Holstered 9 on Highway 27 in Colquitt. Johnny and Key Coffey, give them a call, 229-758-5565. Hey, y'all check out our good friend Bubba at Bubba's Bread and Bucket. Bubba's Bread and Bucket, 229-452-41. They are handmade right here in Southwest Georgia. This is not assembled and put together in Taiwan, Sri Lanka, or Singapore. It is made right here in Southwest Georgia, and it is to flour your fish, your shrimp, your chicken, your quail, anything that needs flouring or breading. You can do it with ease. It has the sifter and the grater in the bottom. You can shake it up. It's food grade with a screw on lid that will keep it tight and will keep it fresh. Bubba's Bread and Bucket, 229-400-5241. You can call the owner, the manufacturer, and the CEO directly. Bubba's Bread and Bucket, 229-400-5241. Call him. He's got them in stock. He'll meet you with them. You can give him a call. If he can't meet you, I'm sure that you can work out arrangements to get one, but you won't be sad. And I promise you, it's as well built or better built than those that you get in the big chain stores. Guys, it's now time once again. Who would have thought it? It's 8:30, and it's time for Southern Hissy Fits. Trivia time right here on Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show, brought to us by our good friends on the square in Colquitt, Southern Hissy Fits. They do all kind of embroidery, t-shirts, tumblers, gifts, all kinds of items, custom made right there on the square, the southwestern corner of the square at 109 West College Street, or you can give them a phone call at 229-726-4825, and I promise you they will do whatever you need. They are also the official supplier of the Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show logoed memorabilia, and the winner of tonight's trivia contest will win a logoed enamel campfire mug, the winner of the trivia contest. And in order to do that, you just need to be the first person to text your name and the correct answer to the question to 229-254-5060. Your name and the correct answer, 229-254-5060. And here is tonight's Southern Hissy Fits trivia time question on Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. Who was the first author ever to use a typewriter to write a book? Who was the first author ever to use a typewriter to write a book? You're looking for your name and the correct answer, and all you got to do is text it to 229-254-5060, and you will be the winner of this week's Southern Hissy Fit trivia time on Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. First person to ever write a book using a typewriter. Not even going to make you name the book. We just want you to name the author. Charlie, do you know the answer to it?
I have no earthly idea. Floyd, do you know the answer?
I did. I didn't know it about an hour ago, but I know it.
Okay.
I know it now.
We got a winner right here. We had two. Matter of fact, we had two back to back, but the first one that came in was correct. It was Miss Kim Widener in Colquitt, Georgia. Mark Twain. Mark Twain was the correct answer. Had two come in back to back there, and Miss Kim got ahead of our good friend here in Louisiana. He came in a close second. She was first on there, but that's Mark Twain was the correct answer. Miss Kim, I'm assuming you're watching since you answered the question.
I imagine she's watching, Marvin, if she answered the question.
If you don't mind, run by Southern Hissy Fits right there, if you will, and pick up your mug, your Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show logoed mug. And you won it right here on Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. Each and every week, we give away a mug. And we appreciate you watching, and you have to watch to answer the question. Is that correct, Floyd?
You had to watch. You had to watch to answer the question. Yeah.
Hey, I wanted you to know we got I was able to come in, and the lady of the house sent this video, so here you go. I'm gonna be able to play it without audio now.
Listening to Fresh.
Well, no, I ain't.
Marvin, you better well forget it, Marvin.
On that
I think you need to get Judson to come home for the weekend and check all them buttons and switches out there in your Jimmy Swaggart studio, because you got me and Floyd looking backwards on there. Everything I send you turns backwards from what it should be. And only Juddy could do anything with that. I don't care what kind of hat you wear. I don't care what kind of preparation you make. Not even preparation H.
I
You can't get them knobs to do it right.
understand that, but hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. You know what I mean? All right, here we go before we get to the short list. All right, there's a lot of news this week that came out. A lot of news. So I'm gonna throw a couple out here, and just want to get your opinion on these. Let me give you one good one here. Here's the headline this week: Adult biological male showers next to 14-year-old girls in Wisconsin high school.
What are we
Who
supposed to
you want?
say?
Who you want to talk about it?
Yeah,
Charlie, you go first on that one. In a letter, Wednesday School District, there was in Wisconsin. This came out on April 21st. There was an adult biological male who showered next to a 14-year-old girl in a Wisconsin high school. I guess he
well,
claimed to be a female.
I will revert to what Floyd said last week on those that want to cross over the river and be there. Floyd had it all. If you didn't see it, go back and look at the last 15 minutes of last week's show, and you'll find out what we're talking about. It's stupidity. It don't make any sense whatsoever. But here's the sad part about it, boys and ladies and gentlemen. In the next couple of days, you'll probably see that Coco the Clown looking thing that's the press secretary come out there and give an award to that fool for doing that and expressing himself, herself, or whatever it is, the way they should. It's sickening. She did it today. I tuned into the press conference, and they had a group of lesbians thanking her for being such a great inspiration to everybody. And for all you folks out there that voted for a Democrat, I ain't got nothing to do with you. Period. It's sickening. We shouldn't even talk about it because it gets me mad when I think about it. And she looks like a little Coco the Clown up there.
He is a great clown.
Reading the script.
All right, Floyd, yours is totally exact opposite question here. On
Why does
Thursday,
he get whoa, why does he get the easy one and me? You
no,
Well, I
folks
don't know
up
if
and
it's
getting
easy
my
or not. It may
blood
not be too
pressure up.
dang easy. It may
no,
not be too dang easy.
it's all true. On Thursday, President Biden promised to send $1 billion in taxpayer money to the United Nations Green Climate Fund. The corrupt bureaucrats at the UN, who are increasingly beholden to the Chinese Communist Party, consider China to be a developing country. Therefore, the $1 billion can be funded directly to China.
That's the objective. That's what he is doing. You don't understand. Some of you people don't understand what kind of business Joe Biden and his family are in. They are in the influence peddling business to our arch enemies. That's the kind of business they're worse than the mafia. At least the mafia had some scruples. There's some things a mafia would not do. There's nothing that the Biden crime syndicate will not do. It's
That's
all a
it.
plan. They'll say, and the most useless organization in the world is the United Nations. The absolute most useless. They will have a disaster somewhere, and they'll send in all of these United Nations workers in there, and you start reading stories about them and pillaging while they're in that country. It's supposed to be helping the people, but they'll take that $1 billion. It's a billion. Is that what you said it was, Marvin?
1 billion.
1 billion. They'll take that $1 billion. They'll send it to China. They'll send it all to China, and then Joe and Hunter and the Biden crime syndicate will get their cut back out of it, and they'll be happy because that's the business that they are in. The 100% influence peddling business. That's all they're concerned about, is padding their pockets, and to heck with everybody else, especially the United States of America.
Amen.
And then I'll throw the last question. And Floyd, you can start. And Charlie, if you want to add to it, this will be my last question. Democrat President Joe Biden has signed an executive order to establish an entirely new woke federal agency. The Office of Environmental Justice will use taxpayer funds to advance the Democrats' radical green agenda. The Office of Environmental Justice.
Taking money from people who have worked for it and giving it to people who have no intention of working. It is another wealth redistribution process that they're going through. And the environment, does the same sun that rises over here in the east, right above this tree line over here on the end of Flamingo Boulevard, that is the same sun that rises everywhere else. And it's the same sun that sets in the west every afternoon. It's the same one. It's the same clouds that are in the sky up there. It's the same atmosphere that we are all in. Some people take better care, they take more pride in their environment that they live in than others do. It's pretty obvious. You can look at the people who have pride in the environment that they live in by looking at their yards and their homes and the way that they conduct themselves. I got a good friend of mine that I asked him one time. He and I were riding by a house the other day, and I was looking at the house. The guy that had rented the house had wrecked it. It took 3 dumpsters to haul off the junk from there. And I asked him, I said, "You ever thought about getting in the rental house business?" He said, no. He said, "I see what they do." He said, "My wife told me," he asked me one time, said, "Don't you want to get us a couple of rental houses so we can rent them out and make some money?" He said, He said, "I ain't going to run my blood pressure up and possibly have a stroke, because when I pull up in that yard and they got all that plunder scattered around everywhere in their yard." See, they live in a different environment than he does. See, he takes care of his place. He takes care of his home. He gets out and works. In fact, he's the one that cut down my neighbor's tree this morning in there. He does that. He said, "I'm not going to run my blood pressure up on account of somebody is tearing my property down and I can't do nothing about it." So he's got it figured out. But, we live in different environments, all right, Brother Joe Biden. It's environments that we create. We create a clean city, a clean town. We keep the streets clean, mostly in most places. Some places it's impossible to, but we all still live in the same environment. The same sun rises and sets on us every day.
That's right. That's exactly right. Oh, well, that's the day and age we're living in.
That's
Hey,
it,
guys,
Joe.
give a big shout out here to the Seminole Singers from Seminole County. Performed the national anthem today at the Atlanta Braves baseball game.
Yes, sir.
Seminole Singers right there.
They're good. I'm telling you, they awesome, buddy.
Mr. Tony and Miss Joy Busick leading them, and that was at the Truist Park at the Atlanta Braves game today.
That's great.
Big shout out to all the kids at Seminole County that are a part of the Seminole Singers. And that brings us right now to that special time of the show.
Good night, man.
It's that time once again. Time for Floyd's Short Lists and More. Brought to you by Berry Hill Auctioneers. Berry Hill Auctioneers, our sponsor in exclusivity and perpetuity of the great, the world famous Floyd's Short Lists and More. And now, please make welcome Mr. Floyd B. Lloyd.
Thank you, Marvin. Thank you, TC, for sponsoring us. I got in my hand, I hold in my hand here, the Miller County Liberal newspaper. Probably one of the best local newspapers that you'll find anywhere in the United States of America. Tells the local news. In fact, there's old Stevie Ray Donnelly's picture on above the fold, if you will, Charlie, with his 25-pound catfish.
Go ahead.
Showed y'all while, yeah, and a tribute to a guy that was from Miller County born and raised, Big Ernie Soul. I don't know if any of y'all over there in Alabama ever heard of Big Ernie, but he was a legend around here. He was a singer, man. He could say he sung up at the Continental Room and Joe's Cellar, Plantation Club, and everywhere in the world you could imagine. A great singer. He passed away. But Big Ernie, that's his picture right there. Also in here we have some very, very interesting information in the liberal of keeping us up to date on law enforcement. What's happening? What's happening in our county? I like this. We got a sheriff now. We got a sheriff that puts all this sheriff department stories in there. I mean, it's a whole story. And police department, city of Coffee police, they put it in there. Them boys have to deal with stuff every day, Charlie, that man, you just can't even imagine. But we on
Bunch of
top. I'm telling you, Miller County, if y'all got foolishness on your mind, don't come through Miller County. I'm gonna read you a story in here in the Miller County Liberal about what we do over here. See if I made it,
if you will, if you will.
Go ahead.
On Friday, April the 14th, April the 14th, 2023, Deputy Britt Floyd was conducting a routine patrol on Highway 27 North, going toward Blakely, 4-lane road, located within Miller County, Georgia, when he observed a dark-colored vehicle traveling southbound, coming into Colquitt, north to south, traveling approximately 80 miles an hour in a 65
Get it, boy.
zone. He eyeballed. Say he's going about 80 in his mind. He pulled in behind him. Deputy Floyd used a radar unit to verify the speed. The speed was verified at 82 miles an hour on a 65 miles an hour speed limit road. He turned around, initiated a traffic stop on the vehicle, bearing, if you will. This is where it comes on wham right here. You can when you get it, you're gonna know something finna take place. He turned around and initiated a traffic stop on the vehicle bearing an Illinois plate.
Oh, wrong tag.
Hey man, it gets better. This gets good. This is good stuff here. At approximately 4:17 a.m. in the morning, Illinois plate running 82 miles an hour at 4:17 a.m. Now let your mind start working now. They're putting the two and two together. Okay. Once stopped, Deputy Floyd approached the vehicle and notified the driver of his name and his agency. He told him what his name was. I'm Deputy Floyd, and I'm with the Miller County Sheriff's Office. And the reason for the stop, sir, is you were running 82 miles an hour, 65 miles on. Hold on a second.
If you will.
The driver, identified as Tyreek Cowan of 1560 High Road. Remember that, High Road, Tallahassee, Florida. Tallahassee. And he stated that he was coming from Atlanta, headed back to Tallahassee with them Illinois tag on his car. During the initial contact, Deputy Floyd could smell the odor of marijuana coming.
Uh-oh. You sure it wasn't a Swisher Sweet?
After running Mr. Cowan's information, Deputy Floyd then returned to the vehicle and asked Mr. Cowan if he would to please step out of the vehicle. Once out of the vehicle, Deputy Floyd then asked Mr. Cowan if he had any marijuana in the car. He stated that he did not, that he had smoked it all before he left that life. It's a police report. It's fact. Mr. Cowan. Here's another dead giveaway to Officer Floyd. Mr. Cowan had glossy, watery eyes, reddening of the conjunctiva of the eyes, whatever that is. He had red eyes. His eyes was bloodshot, in other words. Deputy Floyd could have put that in there, and I could have followed along right with it. His eyes was bloodshot.
Oh, me.
Of the eyes and green raised taste buds. So I reckon Tyreek had smoked so much of that weed that his tongue had turned green. Green raised taste buds. I'm getting close to the end here. I know y'all ready for this end. Deputy Floyd searched the vehicle and located a partially smoked marijuana blunt in the center console of the vehicle. Mr. Cowan was given the SFST. Now, what does that mean?
I don't know.
The field sobriety test or whatever you call it, and was determined to be driving under the influence. Cowan was placed under arrest for DUI and transported to the Miller County Jail without incident. I don't know if he's still there or not, but that's a good story. I mean, that's just what happens at 4:00 in the morning while we all in the bed asleep. The law officers is out there having to deal with folks like Mr. Cowan from Illinois, coming from Atlanta, done smoked all his weed. He thought he had smoked it all before he left Atlanta, but he had some left in his car, and his tongue was green, and his eyes was glassed over and red, so he had to fool with him.
At 4:00 in
Now
the
that's a
morning.
hard. To be honest with y'all, that's a tough way to make a living. But God bless y'all for what y'all do.
I
Oh
see
yeah,
it.
but if you get you a Miller County liberal, you can get you one online. You can subscribe to them. Call them a
You
friend.
read it in slow motion.
Read it in slow motion. Yeah. And call me, and I'll read it to you. You know, or tune in on the Dirt Road Sports and Charlie Black Show, and I'll read it to you. It's better with
Oh,
Nadine
man.
read it to me. Nadine read it to me tonight. She said, "You got to tell Lizzie." She read it to me. She read it better than I could read it. Let's get to that short list right now. Let's get out here. We're running out of time very fast. We get that short list. That's just my pondering there. Pondering on that. People who are more at odds with reality than a Democrat.
Mm.
That's a short list.
Ooh.
Very, very short list of people. Here one, Charlie. You're not thinking on the same line here. I had just wrote it. People that are bigger clowns than Kareem Jean Pierre or Pierre Jean KGP. What's her name? KJP. Karine Jean Pierre. That is Joe Biden's press secretary with the bronze eyes. She got bronze. She always got that bronze eyeliner on her eyelids there, and got the moppet hairdo there. People that are a bigger clown than her. Oh, and there's a bigger one. Yeah, I can name one. Maxine Waters is one of them, but this girl tries to be a clown. Here one right here. Foreign adversaries that fear or respect Joe Biden.
Mm.
Name me one. Don't come me one that's scared of him. Name me one that respects him. They all make fun of him. They all
Every one of them.
know what a clown he is. But here's one right here. Questions that Joe Biden can answer without his pre-prepared cheat sheet.
Mm-hmm.
Questions he could answer. He couldn't answer one. I'd like to ask him one. I'd like to ask him and see if you can answer this question. I'll think you got some sense. What are the main ingredients in mashed potatoes, Joe? Yeah. Answer this question, Joe. What are the main ingredients in mashed potatoes? Well, I'm sorry. Let's go. Thank you. You hear his team behind him. Get him out the door. Here one. I'm getting close here. Glamour photographs of Hillary Clinton drunk. Glamour photographs of Hillary Clinton sober. Here one. The complete portfolio of artist renditions of mine and Bill's favorite love making positions by Hillary Clinton.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave you home with this one. Last one included his bladder and his bowels, things that Joe Biden has any control.
Woo!
Oh my Lord! Now that one that you hit there, that was a short one.
I got it. Yeah, that's all it is right there. That's complete. Yeah, diagram portfolio of renditions, artist renditions. Whoo!
Yeah,
Come on.
that's right up there with "To All the Men I've Loved Before" by Ellen DeGeneres.
Right.
Oh,
Oh,
ooh,
listen to this
ooh.
before we get to the weather.
You're listening to Creation and Compound!
That's a terrible sound, right? You know what else is terrible? Folks not hearing about a message of hope. Do me a favor. Please go ahead and like, share, and subscribe. That way you'll never miss out on our podcast episodes. Now, if you know somebody that might enjoy this episode, please copy and paste our link and send their way. Who knows? Sharing that link might help them experience a new sound.
You're listening to Creation Campus.
All right, let's talk a little bit about the weather. Today was we showed that picture earlier in the show of the dust being kicked up by the disc out in the field. You won't be seeing any of that for quite a few days because we got a good soaking of rain here in the southeast Alabama area, southwest Georgia, northwest Florida, and folks, we may be in for a wet 3 more days. Chances of rain tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday up to 70% early on Sunday, and then highs of 77 degrees. We'll go from 84, 83, 77 back down to 76, and then a couple of ups and downs temperature wise with the weather next week. But next week, all in all, looks to be a drying out period. And if we get more rain tomorrow and more Saturday and Sunday, we'll need at least 5 or 6 days of good drying out. But that's what our weather looks like.
Last
Thank y'all.
forecast, Charlie. Last forecast I saw that we could our area 4 to 6 inches over
We
from
got two here today. We got two
Yeah,
today.
yeah from
I'm
today
at
to
an inch and a half here, and 4 to 6 would be tough on these boys. They're in the agriculture business. I can tell you that for sure. I want to thank everybody that joins us on Thursday nights or whatever you may watch it. My buddy Ray Barrickman, left-handed bass player, one of the best in the business, great blues singer too, up in Kentucky. And I also have some folks up in Knoxville, Tennessee. I want to recognize Laura Huckabee Martin. Honey, it's good to hear from you and from many, many other folks all around the country. My buddy Pam Barnes, and just countless people that tune into this foolishness. We love y'all. We appreciate you. We're just having fun. This is our get together for the week, and we continue to ask you to pray for this nation because uh, we're in the biggest mess we've ever been in. And if you're not knowledgeable about what is going on, find out. And they're taking away a lot of our truths every day. That was done 2 times over this week with Tucker Carlson, and Dan Bongino was one of the reasons I watched Fox because I felt like he knew what he was talking about, and he did. And there's a lot of this shuffling going on. I got thrown out to the dogs a few years back, and I have no regrets. The only regret I have, and this is kind of a sinful regret, is when that little crappy Billy Sally, little Willie, they flew him in from Irving, Texas to fire me. And he says, if you go public with this, I'll destroy you like a blowtorch. My only regret, I didn't reach across that table and do some things that I learned from some folks in the wrestling business years ago to protect myself and end up with his head in that table. Those are the people that are controlling what we see on TV. It's at the local stations just like it is national. And we got to stick together and we got to pray that the good Lord, because only He can do anything about this mess that we're in, Lord.
Amen, brother. Amen. 100%. They taking away our rights every day. They signing away everything that we stand for. They trying to do away with the Constitution. Everything that's made this country great. Family, the nuclear family. They're trying to destroy that. They're trying to they're programming our children. It's just they know they can't get people like me. They know they can't get us and Charlie and Corey. They can't get us, but they can get the children, and that's the target they're going after. Exercise your Second Amendment rights. Always, everywhere you go, exercise your Second Amendment rights. Surround yourself with like minded people. Leave the fools alone. Be vigilant in all of your travels and everything that you do. Everywhere you go, be vigilant. And when you lay down your head tonight on your bed, give thanks to God for what He's done for you today. If you got up, I'm gonna tell you, if you got up, if you woke up this morning and you got out and you got it and you woke up and you knew who you were,
Mm.
and you
Mm-hmm.
got up and you walked to your kitchen and poured yourself a cup of coffee and you could feed yourself, you more blessed than a lot of people in this world are today. Give thanks.
Amen.
Give thanks for what He's done for you today, and you'll be asleep and you'll still be thanking Him. Good night, y'all.
Guys, we love you. We appreciate you tuning us in, inviting us into your homes. We love each and every one of you. We look forward to joining you every Thursday night right here on Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. I want to encourage you, Sunday's coming, church day. Go worship the Lord and give Him His due. Our scripture for tonight is, if anyone considers himself religious and yet does not keep a tight rein on his tongue, he deceives himself and his religion is worthless. Coming from the Word of God. Guys,
Amen.
we love you. Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. We'll be right back here next week, same time, same place, for more Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. You keep your head up, keep looking to the Lord, keep trusting in Him. Do something good for somebody. I promise you, it'll make you feel a whole lot better. And no matter what you do in life, I don't care what it is or where you are, always be particular.
Particular.
Good night.
Good
See ya.
night.